everyone, I'm Maria Fasibay, a first-year criminology student. We will give you a task to choose one specific crime and define it according to our legal definition. So the crime that we were picking is rape. Now, we were going to describe the elements of the rape and explain how a person could commit it, and what fines and penalties imposed by our law. First, I will define crime. What is crime? Crime is an action or omission that constitutes an offense that may be prosecuted by the state and is punishable by law. What is rape? Rape is a serious crime that involves sexual penetration without consent, and to force someone to have sex when they are unwilling, using violence or threatening behavior. The legal definition of rape typically includes the following elements. Penetration. This refers to the penetration of the vagina, anus, or mouth with a penis or another object. Lack of consent. This is a crucial element and consent must be freely given, informed, and voluntary. Consent cannot be obtained through force, coercion, threats, or manipulation. Intent. The perpetrator must have intentionally penetrated the victim without their consent. How rape can be committed? Rape can be committed in various ways, but always involves violating the victim's right to bodily autonomy and sexual self-determination. Here are some examples of how a person could commit rape. Physical force. The perpetrator uses physical force to overcome the victim's resistance and penetrate them sexually. This could involve hitting, kicking, restraining, or physical overpowering the victim. Threats. The perpetrator threatens the victim with harm to themselves or others if they do not submit to sexual penetration. This could involve threats of violence, blackmail, or other forms of intimidation. Coercion. The perpetrator uses psychological manipulation or pressure to convince the victim to engage in sexual activity against their will. This could involve guilt-tripping, emotional blackmail, or exploiting the victim's vulnerabilities. Taking advantage of incapacity. The perpetrator takes advantage of a situation where the victim is unable to consent, such as being intoxicated, unconscious, or mentally incapacitated. Impersonation. The perpetrator impersonates someone the victim knows or trusts to gain their consent for sexual activity. This could involve pretending to be a romantic partner, a medical professional, or someone else the victim would feel safe with.
According to Republic Act A353, an act expanding the definition of the crime of rape and reclassifying the same as crime against persons. The Anti-Rape Law of 1997 redefines rape as a crime against persons. Rape violates a person's well-being and not just one's virginity or purity. The law considers that any person, non-virgin, or one who has an active sexual life may be victimized by rape. A public offense. By declaring that rape is a crime against persons, the law no longer considers it as a private crime. Anyone who has knowledge of the crime may file a case on the victim's behalf. The prosecution continues even if the victim drops the case or pardons the offender. Who can be raped? Anyone can be a rape victim, but the incidence of rape is more rampant in women and girls. Who can commit rape? Any man or woman may be held liable for rape. It is possible that a man may rape his own wife, an act deemed as marital rape. The penalty for rape in general may apply on the offender who commits marital rape. How is the crime punished? The penalty varies depending on the act itself and the circumstances surrounding it. Reclusion perpetua, imprisonment from 20 to 40 years, is imposed on the offender if rape is committed through sexual intercourse. Prisión mayor, imprisonment from 6 to 12 years, is imposed on the offender if rape was committed through oral or anal sex or through the use of any object or instrument that was inserted into the mouth or anal office of a woman or a man. This may also be elevated to reclusion temporal, imprisonment from 12 to 20 years, or reclusion perpetua, depending on the circumstances surrounding the crime.
Conclusion. The legal definition of rape has evolved significantly over time to reflect a more nuanced understanding of consent and the complexities of sexual violence. While the core elements of the definition remain consistent, specific legal definition can vary across jurisdictions. It is crucial to recognize that rape is a serious crime that has a profound impact on victims and survivors. The legal system continues to grapple with challenges in defining and prosecuting rape, but efforts are ongoing to ensure that victims receive justice and support.